like I was saying before, we gave chase. We lost it. I think it got up or downwind of us, so we couldn't smell it anymore. We did hear a couple of grunts. So we know we were close because it was a very potent smell, and it was close enough that we heard the low grunts.
Which I think probably means we were too close.
Probably.
For his liking.
For his liking, yeah.
Or he was getting exasperated with us that we kept following him.
That could be too.
And it was basically right in this area around this bend, just a little further down the road, right? And of course, off to the left on the side road.
So we're hoping to be able to come down through here and maybe catch some eye shine. And if we do, I have some infrared spotlights that we can hook up and possibly get a better shot. So right now, to my left of the vehicle, it's about a 50 to 75 foot drop. There's nothing down there except trees and so forth. We're now turning into a very dark, secluded area. This is the area 2 years ago when I spotted a Bigfoot popping up out of a cave. So we're in the territory, guys. We're hoping for some action. We just passed the cave where we spotted the one Bigfoot. Right now we're just past the area where I pulled a small footprint. It was about a size 9, but it was right in the middle of the road. And so I cast it, I put it in plaster and sat there and guarded it, and I was sure hoping that somebody wouldn't come down around the corner, run right over the smack dab over my plaster, you know. But I was able to get it, and got it all the way home, and was showing it around, and oops, dropped it.
Oh.
And it broke in half. So
Did you repair it?
Yeah, I took a bucket and mixed up about a ½ inch of plaster in the bottom, and I just very carefully put the broken footprint down into the plaster in the bucket and let the whole thing harden, and it came out like a plate. You know, almost like the little things you get from kindergarten that's got the handprint, you know,
In the plate.
in the plate, you know. So that worked out pretty good. That's pretty sturdy now. But the thing is the one here that I got up here matched the small. I got down in front of my. 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 I got down in front of my one that I got down in front of my one that I got down in front of my the small one that I got down in front of my tent 7 miles away. It was the opposite foot. I got the right foot down at the camp and the left foot up here. So I don't know if they're the same creature, but it is interesting that they're in different places.
And they match.
And they match. Same size, same kind of toes. So I'm sorry, we just don't have people running around in this area barefoot. You know, it just doesn't happen. Not in the middle of these roads and not in the middle of these thorn bushes. And these raspberry bushes, these black raspberry bushes, thorns all over them. Okay, when we were on our way up this road, before it got dark, we spotted 2 elk. 2 big old bull elks, and they're about as big as my truck. And they had velvet on their horns, so they're still in velvet.
Road's real rough here.
Yeah. You never know what you're going to see when you're around these corners.
No way. Could be anything.
Could be anything, so.
Bear, elk, deer, human, Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Something we haven't thought of yet.
Cats. We have seen big cats up here. Little cats.
Turkey.
Turkey.
Javelina.
Javelina, yeah.
Coatimundi. Various kind of cats.
Yeah.
Coyotes. Possibly wolves too.
Big moth. Okay, we're currently passing a ranger emergency station or emergency cabin. They've established a cabin up here in case there's a heavy unexpected. It's a nice little cabin and so forth, but basically you got to break in to use it. But that's what it's there for. And the problem is this road is fine where it gets very narrow and very, very, very rough and steep. And you get a little bit of snow on those rocks and you'll slide right off a 150-foot drop. So if you're up here and it snows, you're staying until it clears. Or unless somebody is willing to come up here in a helicopter and get you.
Big bumps.
Yep. Now we're coming close to where you guys used the thermals at one time, aren't we?
We are. Very close. It's right by the grassy area, so that's the one of the fields right there, right?
Yeah. Want to tell about that story?
Well, we were right up here in this campsite on the right. Unimproved campsite, not an official campsite, just something we use as a campsite. Clearing. No outhouse. It's very rough, primitive. We were up here with a small crew, thermal imaging machine, and there was 4 of us. 3 of us left camp. Well, I should say 4 guys, and one of the guys had his wife and child with us. So one of the guys stayed in camp with the child and the lady, and the other 3 of us went down the road here just a bit to test out the thermal imaging equipment, and we had a hit off the thermal image machine about a quarter mile from the camp. Something was...
This is the turnoff for the camp right here.
Yep, it's the camp turnoff right here. You'll see the reflector. Maybe. Yeah, there it is. That's what eye shine will look like too. Similar, except for 2 dots. And we hiked down the road right along here. You know, a couple hundred yards. There's a small area as the road bends that has some young pine trees. And we could see the pine trees in the thermal imaging equipment. But whatever we were getting the heat source from was in front of the pine trees and behind the bushes. We saw it moving its head. We saw it sway left and right. We left. It's right here at this bend. We left for a few minutes. The pine trees are behind us. And see if I can show the pine trees. They're not going to really show up, so that didn't work. But the whatever the thermal imager was seeing that was its heat source seemed to splash over on the trees. And some people think that what we were seeing was the trees, but it was too much of a heat signature to be foliage that's just, you know, still showing heat from the day earlier. So there was definitely a life force there, something warm. And I think what the splash of why the trees were lit up is because the therm was catching the heat as it splashed off the trees from whatever that creature was.
Yeah. Now, I've seen those photos, and in fact, I worked with them when they brought them back, and did some enhancing on it, contrasting and lightening up the photos. And I see a face looking upward with a nose and a very huge chest and muscular arm.
Very big creature, and I think the most telling part of that thermal is the cone head.
Yes.
And you know what we were seeing was a huge creature, and the larger the creatures, the more pronounced the you know, the cone or the pointiness to the head will be. And this creature had definite you know, protrusion at the top of the head from where the muscles attached to the head.
For the jawbone?
For the jawbone.
Yeah. I guess that's because they do a lot of chewing, I suppose. A lot of plant vegetation. And,
I guess you're right, actually. Yeah, a lot of grinding, right?
yeah. What's that? Oh, that's
a reflector, but it did look like a couple of eyes, didn't it?
Yeah.